All right. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're having a great day. I'm back with Sage. We're talking shipping, we're talking trucking. We got all kinds of things to tell you about. We're going to start with some issues that truck drivers are having. Some of them are deciding to possibly just throw in the towel and give up because of the roadblocks that they're finding, and it's leading to less and less money each day they're making. And then we're going to talk to Sage about his two most recent interviews, interviewing people from port on either side of America. Sage, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for having me on again.
So yeah, man. And again, give everybody the name of your YouTube channel so that they know where to come find all this great news you're putting out.
Yeah, just check me out at Sage News on YouTube. I normally comment in there too, so you can actually click on my name in the comment section, but it's just Sage News. And I'm a freight broker. I've been in logistics for over 20 years, and I break everything down. Either I'm doing freight news or I'm doing world news from a logistical view.
Awesome. All right, cool. So one of the things we want to talk about today was this, the issue with the truck drivers that are wanting to throw in the towel. You were talking about it. I thought it was fascinating. Jump right in.
Yeah, basically what's happening, and people don't realize, is that although there's all these tankers container ships are sitting outside the ports and stuff, those have approximately 5,000 cans on them. We call them cans, which are containers. But the issue is that 500,000 that are out there, well, there's also 500,000 have to go on those boats. Right. So a lot of thing that's happening is a lot of my shippers that I've been talking to have been calling me and saying, hey, every time we call like the rail yard and things like that, we normally shipped out like 3 containers a week or 4 containers a week. Right. Well, or 4 containers a day of freight that they would put on a truck, and then the truck would take it to the rail. Well, the problem is that because we're so backed up and they can't get the rail cars unloaded, they're only shipping out maybe 1 container a week instead of 3 containers a day. And the drivers that are hauling these trips, they can't afford to do 1 container a week. So a lot of these drivers, and the reason they can't, there's no room to put them on the rail because there's no room to take them off the rail and put them on the boats that haven't come in yet. So it's not just a backup at the port, but now it's becoming a backup at getting containers from our shippers, which, to the rail and then to the ships. And a lot of these drivers are just going to say, you know what, I'm going to throw in the towel here. And I can't, there's no need for me to be driving this truck and not making any money. I'll find work elsewhere. And we're going to be losing drivers just to that alone.
Wow, it really is something to think about. We think, like, oh, there's plenty of work for truckers, but is it the right kind of work? Is it making them enough money to not only maintain their vehicle, but actually be able to put bread and food on the table?
Right. And that's something that people don't think about, is those containers getting from the shipper to the boat. If that boat's not there to receive that driver's going to sit there. He can't haul that freight. And at that point, either he finds another job or he moves out of the drainage industry and just does regular freight, or he leaves altogether.
So that's good to know. So let's jump right into the 2 interviews you've done. I know you already posted one of them, so I'd like you to talk about both of those when you interviewed a couple of gentlemen that actually work at the ports.
Yeah. So what I did was I had an interview with somebody from the East Coast out of Savannah, and then I interviewed somebody that works at the port in Long Beach, Los Angeles. And the one in Savannah, because they're starting to get backed up. And so I kind of asked him, but what's happening is container ships, they need to be unloaded and reloaded quickly. That's how they make money. They don't make money sitting around, or they charge fees for that. So, for that, just waiting. So a lot of times what they're doing now is they're bypassing that port and they're coming around and they're building up in Savannah. So now Savannah is getting a little bit of a backup, but Savannah they work 24 hours. And they're able to get some of these ships, in and out a little bit quicker. They can't do the mega ships, but what he is noticing is nothing's going back. Basically just empty cans are going back, empty containers, just as fast as they can get them off. They throw empty containers back on to get that boat out of there. So the shippers don't want to wait for, they don't want to wait for the shippers to get them that can. They're just to load me up, but we got to go. Load me up, we got to go. So that kind of plays a role in that we're not shipping anything out. So we have some of our people that aren't able to get that.
So you make a really good point. First off, Savannah's 24 hours, whereas Long Beach is not, correct?
Correct.
All right. I've also heard stories that some of these shipping companies are now rerouting some of the ships that have been idle, like right behind me right now. This is just a picture of a Long Beach with all those ships hanging out. They're rerouting them right now to the East Coast. Have you heard about that?
Correct. And even the Panama Canal, I've actually done that on my website where I'll show the Panama Canal. There's actually a buildup on both sides of the Panama Canal trying to get these ships through the Panama Canal. So now we have a buildup at the Panama Canal to try to get these ships through to get them over to the East Coast.
Well, the good news is China's already building a second Panama Canal. So pretty soon people don't even understand that. And it's going to be faster. And oh gosh. So let's talk about your interview with the gentleman. I know you haven't posted that one yet, but the one in Long Beach.
Yeah, I talked about it to him, and they were on a basically what they're on a schedule that they do a pilot thing that they're trying was Monday to Thursday. They were going to basically work almost what they're calling 2 shifts. So it was like 24 hours Monday to Thursday, but they take breaks in the middle, so it's probably like 22 hours. It's a weird system. But on that side, they're doing with the mega ships, so they're a lot larger ships. And what they're also having a problem with is there's no place to put containers. And so they're running out of room to get things off. And then the other issue that they were having is, I think it was the UP rail line actually stopped taking goods a couple weeks ago because their Chicago one was full. They couldn't take anymore. So now which affected the port. So now the port had no place to put these containers because the rail system was basically not coming to pick up any containers. That one, he kind of feels that after speaking with him is that they're in a more of a push to try to automate that one and kind of bring in self-driving trucks, self-driving gantries, and actually AI and automation on that one. They seem to be pushing for that over there to try to fix the problem, which makes sense. Because Biden brought in the task force, and one of the persons to lead the task force was Obama's transportation person, and who once he left the Department of Transportation, and he went on to work for a company that does AI and automation and smart city technology, and he's the one that Biden put in position to head up that process. So that is possibly what they're looking to go with over there. Now, it's not something you're going to do tomorrow. So what do we do with the freight that's there now? I don't know what their thought process is. They need to be looking short term before they look long term, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing that.
Yeah, and it's still, I think we touched on this last time, it's still going to be so amazing to watch what happens this holiday season. As all of these ships get offloaded, which a lot of people don't think they will get offloaded. They're eventually going to get offloaded. Right. But what's going to happen with all those goods that hit the stores at once? I mean, honestly, I believe there's going to be a lot of people that just go, you know what? I just don't need it right now. I'm seeing way too many other problems in the economy right now. I'm just going to hold back my spending. And I think there's going to be some amazing deals out there.
Yeah, and that's the big thing people need to understand is that a lot of times the goods that are on these are time-sensitive goods, meaning, and I think we've talked about this before, you're not going to sell Halloween gifts at Christmas, Halloween decorations and stuff. So anything that's time-sensitive, Christmas gifts, things like that, these stores need that money. That's when they turn these big profits. Stores are usually in the red until, Black Friday type, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And that's when they start turn major profits. So it's not just the goods that are coming off. So now you're going to have people not buying, and possibly smaller stores that needed that money are going to fold.
Yeah. Well, let me do this. We can't have this go on too long, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows you've got those 2 interviews. One's already out from Savannah. One's coming out from the Port of Long Beach. And I want to get people to your channel. So we already showed them how they can follow you. Is there any other places they follow you at?
Nope, that's pretty much it. From there, you can kind of see me on, I have like Podbean and Locals and things like that, but it's easier just to kind of grab it right from my YouTube page.
Awesome. So, well, right on, Eric. I really appreciate it, man. This is awesome.
Thanks so much for having me on again.
Hey, no worries. All right. Well, with that being said, because we don't have our editor here, where's my editor? Oh, shoot. Now my computer's not working. The Economic Ninja is out. And with that being said, we awkwardly go over here. Everyone's laughing right now and hit stop.
It happened.